Let me put it to you like this. There was no way in hell I was going to let this drunk lady control the narrative. Because, like, drunk people are just unpredictable. You know what I mean? And I didn't want to take any chances. That's the reason why I decided to make this video, because one, I wanted to cover myself, and two, because, yeah, that part. So yeah, if you plan on doing ride sharing in the near future, if you're not already doing so, that applies to Uber and Lyft drivers, you might want to invest in a dash cam. The way the Uber app is set up, they have a built-in dash cam, but I figured I didn't want to jump through hoops just to get the footage just in case something does happen. So I had to make a video for myself. I was out driving one night and I get a request to pick up this lady from this sports bar. So when I get to the pickup location, I see three people standing on the sidewalk. There's a black couple and there's a white lady standing with this black couple. So as soon as I pull up close enough to the curb, all three of them walk up. The black lady is the one who opens the door, but the white lady is the only one who gets in the car, and she sits down. She explained to me that her and her boyfriend was staying at the bar and I was only taking her friend home. I said, all right, cool. Just make sure you put her seatbelt on, and I double checked the address. I showed her my phone. I was like, hey, is this the correct address? Because I want to make sure I'm taking it to the right spot before I even leave. And she was like, all right, cool. Just make sure you get my friend home safe. I said, all right, cool. No problem. And then I leave. And generally speaking, I know that everyone knows how rideshare works. Like, you're familiar with the system. So you know if you get into an Uber or a Lyft, it has voice navigation. So it's going to give you the turn by turn. And even when you get to your final destination, it's going to say the name of the business or your apartment or wherever you're going. It's going to say the name out loud so you can hear it. So I stop at this intersection. The light changes. I drive through the light. I'm probably doing about 30 to 40 miles per hour. And then all of a sudden, this drunk lady decides she wants to try to step out of a moving vehicle. Yes, the vehicle was still in motion. And then this happens. Ma'am. Ma'am, let me take you back to the bar. The bar? Are you trying to go home and back to the bar? Your friends told me to drop you off at the address. I can't just leave you on the side of the road. You got out of the car on the side of the road. We're on the side of the road. You want me to call 911?
No.
Look where we're at. We're on the side of the road. You're gonna get hit by a car. Look. You don't look. Well, you're on the side of the road. Look, we're in the middle. Yeah, we're on the side of the road. I can't abandon you on the side of the road. That's what I'm saying.
Why?
Look where we're at. Do you know where you are? We're almost in Smyrna.
That's where I live.
That's where we're trying to go. That's what the address says. It said to take. And I tried to warn this lady. I said, yo, for your own safety, I don't think you want to get off on this back road, because it's very dark. There's no street lights. This is a residential area and people like to speed on this road at night. You will get hit by a car, and I don't want Uber blaming me if you get hit by a car. So if you want, I can take you back to the bar with your friends, or I can call the police and they can take you the rest of the way, but it's up to you. That's what I told this woman. It was a whole lot of drunk talk and drunk gibberish that night. There's a whole lot of, oh, you're going in the wrong direction. Oh, you're not going fast enough. It usually don't take me this long to get home. You're not going the right way. Yo, do you want to go back to this bar? No, I don't want to go to the bar. I want to go home. No, I want to lay down. Just let me lay down real quick. And the crazy thing is, I've already told other people about this experience. I was like, hey, man, just be careful if you do this. So most people agree with me, but then there was a few people who was like, well, her friends were doing the responsible thing by calling her an Uber and make sure she get home safe. No, her friends called her an Uber because they wanted the Uber driver to babysit her ass. That couple or whatever, they didn't want to babysit their friend. But real talk, they should have been the ones who took her home that night, not the Uber driver. It was easy for them to dump the responsibility on another person because they didn't want to babysit. They wanted to stay there and hang out later and shoot pool and continue drinking. And they were not that drunk. They might have had a few drinks in them, but they didn't look as drunk as she did. Because you know what I did? After I called the police, I talked to the police and they said I was good to go. They said, yeah, you're good. You can go. I went back to that sports bar and I was looking for this couple. I went inside the building. I walked around there for like 10 minutes. And guess what? They were both gone. All of this drama happened within 40 minutes. From the moment I picked her up and I started this trip and called the police and then I circled back and went back to the sports bar, all of this happened within 40 to 45 minutes. So the question is, what was the reason why they didn't want to take her home? Because when I went back there, they were gone. So you can't be like, okay, well, they were doing the responsible thing by putting her in an Uber. And they don't want to drive because, maybe they probably had a little bit of liquor in their system too. So if all three of them were drinking together, and then I circle back and go back there to talk to them to explain what happened to their friend, they both got in the car and drove home. So what was the difference? There's really no difference. So the question is, why didn't they want to take their friend home that night?